What's up, everybody? Here are my top 5 fights that I would like to see go down in 2024. Starting with the first one, Leon Edwards defending his strap against Belal Muhammad. Guys, I know there's been a lot of, opinions on this. A lot of people don't think Belal Muhammad deserves a shot. People think he does deserve the shot. At the end of the day, I don't think anyone outside of Belal Muhammad and Shavkat Rakhmonov make any sense to fight for the 170-pound strap next. I do believe Belal Muhammad has the better resume at this point. I believe that he's earned the opportunity. I know he's not the most exciting guy. He doesn't have the most exciting style. But at the end of the day, I think that we need to give Belal Muhammad his opportunity and give him his crack at the champ in Leon Edwards. That's the first fight I would like to see. Fight number 2 would be Charles Oliveira versus Arman Tsarukyan. So if you haven't seen my UFC 300 Build-A-Card video, I actually brought this fight up. I know there's been some possible rumors of this happening. Guys, this is the fight to make at 155 pounds, right? I know we were supposed to get Oliveira versus Makhachev too. That, Oliveira had to pull out with the injury. It sounds like rumors are stirring, basically, of Islam Makhachev and Justin Gaethje, which is why I didn't include that in this video, because we kind of assume that that's probably going to take place in March. Arman Tsarukyan, Charles Oliveira. Arman's a guy that we think, could possibly get through Islam Makhachev. He has, the tough fight with Islam in the past. Arman's gotten so much better. Islam's gotten better. I know we want to see that matchup, but it makes sense to have him go through the other guy in the division that we know is just right there neck and neck with Islam Makhachev and Charles Oliveira. Oliveira, he lost to Islam Makhachev. He didn't get that rematch, but if him and Arman can settle it, then we will have a clear-cut number 1 contender for who should fight next, assuming that Islam Makhachev would be able to get through Justin Gaethje. That would be a huge rematch against Oliveira for Islam, or another huge rematch against Arman Tsarukyan. And I think Arman Tsarukyan, there's a real shot that this guy could be the champ come the end of 2024 if he gets his shot, because I do believe that he is the best chance at dethroning Islam Makhachev down at 155 pounds. Okay, fight number 3. Alex Pereira defending his strap at 205 against Magomed Ankalaev. Now, I know that at 205, there's been just absolute mayhem. It seems like anytime someone gets a hold of the belt, it just gets bobbled and fumbled with draws, people getting injured and having to vacate the belt. Hopefully there's no more of that. I know Jamal Hill's someone, a name that we know that he may be in the running for getting an immediate title shot, considering he vacated the belt. Yuri Prohaska is going to be taking on Alexander Rakic. There's some different matchups that make sense for potential 205 title shots. But I do believe that Magomed Ankalaev is going to get through Johnny Walker. And then I think that Magomed Ankalaev is kind of the clear-cut contender. I think that he's a bad matchup for Alex Pereira, which makes it interesting. I think it's an intriguing fight. We know Magomed Ankalaev is a striker. He's got a good piston of a left hand. He does have good grappling. I'd like to see Alex tested against a guy like that, of that caliber, a southpaw. Someone that's basically just kind of ran through the division outside of that draw with Jan Blachowicz, that just weird fight where it was a title fight and it ended in a draw. So I do think Magomed Ankalaev versus Alex Pereira is an interesting fight. If Magomed is able to take him down and dominate him, or can Poatan keep it on the feet and KO a bad matchup in Magomed Ankalaev. Moving on to fight number 4, Shaun O'Malley versus Cory Sandhagen. Now, guys, I know Shaun O'Malley is going to be taking on Marlon Chito Vera at UFC 299, but there's still plenty of year left on the calendar. Assuming that Shaun O'Malley, I would pick him to get through Chito Vera. I don't think it's an easy fight, but I do think he wins. There's a reason they gave O'Malley this matchup. It's a more favorable matchup considering how tough bantamweight is. I can see Shaun O'Malley getting through him, and later in the year, they book him against Cory Sandhagen. I don't know if Cory Sandhagen's going to take another fight. In the meantime, I would like to see him versus Umar Nurmagomedov, because that was supposed to take place back in August. Nurmagomedov got hurt, so Rob Font had to step in. So we never got that matchup. But needless to say, Cory Sandhagen, him and Merab Dvalishvili I know are kind of neck and neck for that next title shot. However, I think Cory Sandhagen and Shaun O'Malley is a super fun fight. I think it's very interesting. Both guys are tall for the weight class. They have good striking. They're all around good fighters. I think that that's a great stylistic matchup and a fan-friendly fight. I would probably lean towards Shaun O'Malley in that matchup in terms of the striking, but if Cory's able to mix in the grappling and he is able to take Shaun down we could see Cory Sandhagen become champ by the end of 2024, as long as these guys don't have to fight Merab Dvalishvili. Okay, moving on to fight number 5, the final one I got for you, and that is Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Kamaru Usman. Now, I know Usman went up to 185 and fought Khamzat Chimaev. I'd like to see Usman maybe have another fight down on 170 pounds, kind of give it maybe one more shot, because I do believe that there still could be a possible scenario where he runs through two guys here and then he's back in the title picture. Kamaru Usman's, he's one of the pound-for-pound greats. He's one of the greatest welterweights of all time. I think he still has it. We saw him go up on short notice against Khamzat Chimaev, give him a really tough go. I do believe that Shavkat Rakhmonov is the guy that's right behind Belal Muhammad for a potential title shot, and I do think that this is a great matchup to really see where Shavkat Rakhmonov is. I know he came off that impressive performance against Jeff Neal, another impressive performance against Wonderboy Thompson, but how does he fare at the upper top tier, top 5 of that division in terms of well-rounded guys that could defend the takedowns, guys that can defend the submissions, guys that do have good striking on the feet. I would like to see Kamaru Usman versus Shavkat Rakhmonov. And then obviously if Shavkat can get through Kamaru, he earns his title shot. And then that way, if Usman is able to pull off the upset against Rakhmonov, I think that Shavkat would be the favorite. Usman can maybe win one more fight and he maybe gets another crack at Leon or whoever could be the champ at the time. I don't think all is done for Kamaru Usman at 170 pounds. What do you all think? Like this video, comment below, subscribe, help your boy out. And what fights would you want to see to 2024? Do you agree with my list? Maybe throw some fights in there that I didn't mention in here. I appreciate you all. See you in the next one.